Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into a code that's thousands of years old, one that has shaped entire civilizations. But in our crazy, fast-paced world, does it still even matter? Well, that's the big question we're asking.
I mean, think about it. In a world of nonstop digital noise and really complex problems, it can feel like ancient wisdom just can't keep up. But what if that's not the whole story? What if we've just been, reading the instructions wrong? What if the key isn't to obey blindly, but to translate creatively?
So, let's try and reframe this whole thing. This isn't about a list of rigid restrictions. Think of it more like a journey of translation. We're going to try and decode these powerful, timeless ideas for our lives, right here and right now.
What's really fascinating is that the first few principles aren't even about how you act towards other people. Nope, they're all about how you manage the most important territory there is, your own mind. It all starts with getting a handle on our inner world. You know, our values, our focus, our entire mindset.
So let's start with this one. A command about gods gets transformed into a really modern call for focus. It's basically asking you a huge question. What is your ultimate principle? What's your North Star? Is it kindness? Truth? Maybe it's growth. The whole idea is that if you place a single positive value at the absolute center of your life, it creates a compass to help you navigate everything else. And this next one builds directly on that idea. If the first rule is all about choosing your center, this one is about what not to choose. So, ancient idols made of stone and wood, they become the modern idols we all chase. Status, wealth, likes on social media. The warning here is pretty clear. These things can absolutely consume us, but they can never, ever provide real, lasting fulfillment.
So the real takeaway from these first two ideas is a super powerful filter for our ambitions. It kind of forces us to look at what we're striving for and ask, honestly, are you chasing something that just can't love you back? This is all about prioritizing what truly nourishes your spirit over what just feeds your ego.
Okay, this one is often misunderstood. People think it's just about not swearing, but this modern translation, it goes so much deeper. It's really about hypocrisy. It means, hey, if you claim to believe in fairness, don't use arguments about fairness just to manipulate people. If you champion compassion, then actually live it. It's about making sure your words and your actions are aligned, especially when it comes to the values you say you hold dear.
In our 24/7 hustle culture, the idea of a Sabbath, a whole day of complete rest, can seem almost impossible, right? Maybe even a little lazy. But its modern translation is more vital than ever. It's not just about not working. It's about intentionally creating the space to disconnect from all the noise and reconnect with yourself.
And look how practical this can actually be. It's not about a specific day of the week, but a recurring practice. Unplug, reflect, and reconnect. Seriously, this simple rhythm is a powerful antidote to burnout, and it helps make sure your life stays aligned with that highest good we talked about right at the start.
Okay, so once we've spent some time working on our inner compass, how does all of that translate to the outside world? Let's dive into how this framework guides our interactions with other people and the society we're all a part of.
This interpretation is great because it expands a personal instruction into a much broader principle. It's not just about our parents, it's about respecting our roots, our history, and all the accumulated wisdom of the people who came before us. It's a powerful reminder that we don't just exist in a vacuum, we're part of a long, long story, and there's huge value in understanding it.
This one seems pretty obvious, right? Don't kill people. Got it. But the modern lens widens its scope way beyond just physical harm. It asks us to think about all the ways we can either diminish or enhance the life force in others.
And here's the crucial point. Our words and actions have real power. Gossip, public shaming online, constant criticism, all those things can literally chip away at a person's spirit. This principle calls on us to be agents of preservation, to protect not just the body, but the dignity and the spirit of everyone around us.
So this next translation takes a very specific rule and expands it into a universal principle. Fidelity isn't just about romantic relationships. It's about being true to your word, about honoring the bonds of trust that are the absolute bedrock of any healthy friendship, family, or community.
And this is about so much more than just shoplifting. It's a call for fundamental fairness. It asks us to respect what belongs to others, whether that's their physical property, their intellectual ideas, or even their creative work. It's a principle of earning what you have through honest effort and contribution.
Now this is a direct, powerful call for truthfulness. It's not just don't lie.
It's about actively making truth the foundation of how you communicate, especially when someone's reputation or their well-being is on the line. It recognizes that lies don't just mislead, they actually corrode the very fabric of society.
And when you put these last three together, fidelity, honesty, and truth, you see something really powerful emerge. They aren't just separate rules. They are the interlocking pillars that hold up a society built on trust. I mean, without them, community itself becomes pretty much impossible.
And finally, we get to a principle that addresses a huge source of modern anxiety, that feeling of not enough. Coveting isn't just wanting something, it's that state of resentment and comparison, that constant focus on what other people have instead of what you have.
This really lays out a choice that we face every single day. We can live in that grasping mind, fueled by envy and comparison, always feeling like we're behind, or we can choose the grateful mind, cultivating contentment by focusing on our own unique path and the abundance we already have.
So when we put all these translated ideas together, what do we actually have? It's definitely not a list of don'ts designed to restrict us. Instead, it becomes this powerful, positive framework for living a really intentional and meaningful life.
These 4 actions really sum up the entire code. Center, honor, protect, and connect. They give you a practical toolkit, a kind of moral operating system for navigating all the complexities of our modern world with integrity, with clarity, and with purpose.
And so we come back to our original question. Can ancient rules fix modern problems? Well, maybe the answer is yes, if we're willing to do the work of translation. And that leaves us with one final thought. Beyond these 10 ideas, what other timeless truths are out there just waiting for you to reimagine for your own life?